Hey all, I just want to do a real quick intro here. The following video is actually something I had to record twice. My tablet ran out of space the first time. I was able to recover the video, but the audio and the video didn't sync up. It ended up cutting off a lot of the audio, so I transcribed the whole thing, and what you're going to see after this is me doing my best to read that off a script based on what I just thought up as I was going along. So excuse the quality of the video, and I did the best I could. If you really do want to hear the original and watch it all out of sync and everything, let me know, and I'll go ahead and post that up too, for whatever reason. Alright, thanks everybody. Bye.
Hi everyone, I'm recording this offline because tonight I want to just talk a little about something, and I know when I talk to you guys, I tend to go on tangents, and I'd like to try and stay at least somewhat focused tonight. I'm going to Philadelphia, regardless of what happens, and I'm going to broadcast everything I can. Just like I did in Nevada, I'm going to try to make it easy for everyone to see what's going on as much as possible and keep everyone up to date. I don't want anyone to be left in the dark, because that's what we're all used to, and that's what we all tend to accept. We need to stop that. We need to break the cycle. And I want it to be uncomfortable. Part of what's happening, this revolution, it's something that's been going on for a while. It's a feeling that a lot of us have had for a very long time. That uncomfortable feeling anytime somebody wants to talk about politics. The reason that while we're at family gatherings, we don't bring it up because it's inevitably it's going to bother somebody. It's going to get heated, it'll turn into a fight, and we just don't want to deal with it because it's uncomfortable. But you know what? That's what we need. We need to get out of our comfort zones on this. We need to be willing to do the things that we aren't normally willing to do. I was watching an episode of Redacted tonight, and Lee brought up somewhat how this has been going on for a while, very much under our noses. Some people who have been, well, say, enlightened, have been fighting for this in the background, and they haven't been given their due. They haven't been able to break through and be seen by the majority, but that's starting to change. What Bernie is doing is inspiring people to get up and actually do something that would have otherwise been uncomfortable. That would have been demanding, even difficult, going to rallies, risking jobs, risking arrest to oppose the status quo. It's a big deal, and a lot of people won't do it. It's not because they can't, they're just afraid to. They feel it won't make a real difference. At least that's what they tell themselves, so that they feel okay not acting, and that's a serious problem, and it's going to stop. We need to realize that Bernie lit the fire we've taken up, but he may not be there all the time to lead all of us. He's even pointed this out, that it's not about him. He's a vessel, and we've attached ourselves to him. And he's been great at using his notoriety to bring up and point out all the things that we've quietly accepted but knew wasn't right. We felt it in our hearts that something was wrong, and some of us even talked about it. We voiced our opinions, but ultimately we didn't do much about it. And he's made it possible. He's given us a path we can follow to actually do something, and now he's calling out to everyone to really get involved, to position ourselves in such a way that when this is over, no matter how it turns out, whether Bernie gets the nomination and goes for the presidency, or Hillary gets the nomination and goes for the presidency, or, God forbid, Trump ends up in the White House, any of those situations, we still need to put ourselves into a position to make this revolution continue pushing forward and start forcing the change that we know needs to happen. This is not a revolution in name. This is a revolution of action. It's a revolution of the people, not of a presidential candidate. The people, we the people, need to actually get up off our asses and do something. if Bernie doesn't get the nomination and he bows out or just admits defeat, we need to continue on. Still, I can see how it would be easy for a lot of people to say, well, he didn't make it, we didn't win, but you know what? I'm still not going to vote for her. I'm not going to vote for Trump. Maybe I'll vote for Jill Stein, or maybe I just won't vote at all. That'll be my silent protest. And you'll sit down, November will come, it'll go, whoever will win wins, and that'll be it. You'll say you've done your part, and maybe you did a little more than some of the rest of us, but if you sit down and you stop at that point and you decide, well, we were beaten and that's all we can do, then you failed every one of us. Because again, this is a revolution of the people. It's not of a presidential candidate. It's not of an election. It's not of a campaign. This is a revolution to change the way this country works. It's arguably the most powerful country in the world. It has been swallowed up by greed. It's been swallowed up by people in power that have done everything they can to ensure they remain in power, and that that everybody else is pushed as far away from power as possible. And somehow they did it in a way that we sat down and accepted it and figured that's our lot in life and it's okay. I'm doing what I can for myself and my family, and that's all I can do. That's fucking bullshit. Because all we can do for ourselves and all we can do for our family is all we can do for everyone. The entire country, for every single person living in it, every person that wants to live in it, every person that visits, every person that is abroad and can't come here and looks at this country for inspiration. It is upon us who have the power as citizens and voters to get up and demand that this country be what it is meant to be. Because every single person that sits down and does nothing, every person that decides that they're not going to make a difference, is a person that is failing everyone else, the whole world, not just themselves, not just their families, not just their neighbors, not their cities, not their states, not even their country. They're failing everyone. A true revolution in this country, the ability to make America the superpower that it really can be, can change the entire world, and it's up to us to get up and actually do something to make that happen. Now, with the National Convention coming up in less than a month now, there are things that we need to do to prepare. And I urge you to look into these things. If you're a delegate especially, find out what you can do. I have resources that I've put together. I'm happy to help. Ask me questions. I will answer them to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answers, I will find a way to get them. But don't sit idly by. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't make a difference. Don't let them tell you you can't get there. And take me as an example. I live check to check. I take care of a family of 6 on one paycheck, but I'm making it to Philly because I got up and I did something and I asked people and I researched and I fought, and I'm going to be there. Come hell or high water, I will be there, and I'm going to do everything I can while I'm there to make a change. You should do the same. If you're not a delegate, come out there and join the rallies. Make your voice heard. Become part of the giant entity that is all the people showing in one clear voice, this is what we want, and we're not going to put up with the bullshit anymore. Just don't let anyone stop you. If you're worried about your families, talk to them about it. Help them understand your passion. And if they love you, they'll help you every way they can, or they'll join you if they can. But don't ever say it can't be done. Time is short, but it's still possible. Ask questions, research, look into things for yourself, do everything you can to make it happen. Be on the right side of history and help all of us out.